8 power moves that make them crawl back. Silent authority rewrite. Restructured script, Stoic discipline plus Machiavellian realism. No timestamps. Hook, 15 to 30 seconds. What if the real reason they walked away is because you trained them to believe you would always be there? Most people hear that and get defensive. Good. Because defensiveness is the mask that keeps you trapped in the same pattern. You give, they take, you explain, they disappear, and then you sit in silence wondering why your loyalty felt invisible. In this video, I'm going to give you 8 power moves that shift the balance without begging, without chasing, and without playing childish games. These are rooted in Stoic discipline, but sharpened with a Machiavellian truth most people avoid. Society rewards appearances, not sincerity, until your absence forces reality to speak. And stay to the end, because the final move is the one that quietly rewires how people value you. It's the move that makes the crawl back moment almost irrelevant, because by then, you won't need it. I am here, set the frame and expectations. This isn't revenge. It's reclamation. Stoicism isn't about being passive. It's about being unbuyable. Unshakable. The kind of person whose presence is earned, not assumed. And Machiavelli, beneath the controversy, was simply pointing at what polite people pretend not to see. The world is full of masks. People perform virtue. They perform love. They perform loyalty. And the moment your devotion becomes predictable, they stop respecting it. So here's what we're doing today. 1. We stop broadcasting need. 2. We remove access without drama. 3. We rebuild your value in a way that can be felt, not argued. 8 moves. Practical. Clean. No lectures, just reality. 1. Embrace detachment, stop feeding what you can't control. There's a moment most people miss. It's the moment after you realize someone is slipping away, and you rush to fix it. You send the long message. You over-explain. You offer more patience, more understanding, more proof. That's not love. That's fear wearing the costume of love. Marcus Aurelius kept returning to a simple discipline: focus on what is yours, your judgment, your actions, your character. The rest is weather. You don't negotiate with weather. Detachment doesn't mean you don't care. It means you stop making your peace dependent on another person's mood. Real-life example, you see they're online, but they didn't reply. Your mind starts building stories. You reread your last message like it's evidence in a trial. Detachment is closing the case. Not because you don't need anyone, but because you refuse to become your own interrogator. When you detach, 2 things happen. You stop leaking emotional supply. They stop receiving the comfort of your predictability. In a world of masks, predictability is how people use you without admitting it. 2. Become unreadable, not cold, controlled. Most people confuse unpredictable with chaotic. That's not power. That's instability. The move is different: you become unreadable. You stop giving people instant access to your inner world. You stop reacting on demand. You stop letting them press a button and watch you light up: anger, sadness, jealousy, pleading, whatever they're fishing for. Machiavelli understood that people watch outcomes, not intentions. If your emotions are easy to trigger, you are easy to steer. So you shift to controlled visibility. You respond when you choose, not when they provoke. You speak when you have something to say, not when silence feels uncomfortable. You keep your dignity even when they don't deserve it. Here's what that looks like in real life. They send a half-hearted, "Hey. Old you would jump. New you pauses. Not to punish. To observe. Because attention is currency, and you're done handing it out like pocket change. Unreadable doesn't mean distant. It means you're not available for manipulation. 3. Let self-worth replace validation, stop auditioning. A lot of people don't lose relationships. They lose themselves inside relationships. They start auditioning. They try to be easy. They try to be understanding. They try to be low maintenance. And one day they realize the other person has gotten comfortable with a version of them that doesn't require respect. Seneca warned about giving power to things that can be taken from you. Validation is one of them. When your worth depends on their approval, you will tolerate what you shouldn't. Self-worth is quieter. It's internal. It doesn't announce itself. It simply changes your standards. Practical shift. You stop proving you're worthy. You start measuring whether they are. You don't need to say, "I deserve better." You live like you do. And that's what breaks the illusion for them. Because the mask-based world expects you to keep chasing applause. When you stop, they feel the silence where your need used to be. 4. Withdraw unearned energy. Reciprocity is the test. This is where most people sabotage themselves. They keep giving the same level of warmth to someone who keeps offering the same level of emptiness. They call it being the bigger person. But often, it's just fear of being replaced. Stoicism teaches voluntary discomfort, the ability to step back from the comfort of being needed. Because being needed can become an addiction. So you apply reciprocity like a clean measurement. If they invest, you invest. If they withdraw, you don't chase, you match the distance. No speeches. No emotional invoices. No, after everything I did for you. Just action. Real life example. You used to initiate every conversation. You stop. Not to play a game, to see reality. If the connection only exists when you carry it, it was never a connection. It was a service. This move is brutal, but it's honest. And honesty is terrifying to people living behind a mask. 5. Master your emotional economy. Anger is expensive. When they leave, when they disrespect you, when they ignore you, your emotions surge. That surge is normal. What's not normal is building a home inside that surge. Epictetus put it simply, it's not events that disturb you, it's your judgment about events. In modern language, the story you tell yourself is what breaks you. So you change your emotional economy. You stop spending anger on people who don't pay you back with respect. You stop spending attention on people who only show up to consume it. You stop spending explanations on people committed to misunderstanding you. This is where silent authority is born, not loud dominance, quiet control. Practical technique. When you feel the impulse to react, delay it. 10 minutes. 1 hour. 1 night. The delay is not weakness. The delay is sovereignty. Because the person who can pause is the person who cannot be owned. 6. Stop chasing, start replacing, not people, patterns. This is the move that confuses them the most. Because they expect you to chase. They expect late-night messages. They expect emotional paragraphs. They expect you to negotiate for basic decency. And when you don't, their mind fills the gap. Humans are addicted to certainty. When you remove certainty, you remove control. But here's the key, you don't stop chasing to make them return. You stop chasing because chasing trains people to disrespect you. Instead, you replace the pattern. Replace texting with building. Replace waiting with training. Replace rumination with structure. You start showing up in your own life like you used to show up in theirs. Real life example. They post a story. Old you watches. New you is in the gym, in your work, in your craft, in your routine. Not as a performance. As a rebuild. People come back when they feel you become harder to access, not because you're cruel, but because you're occupied by purpose. 7. Use silence as a mirror, let them face themselves. Silence is misunderstood. Some use silence as punishment. That's petty. This silence is different, it's a mirror. When you stop explaining yourself to people who don't listen, they finally hear their own behavior. When you stop arguing with someone committed to winning, they finally have no one to fight but themselves. And in that empty space, a strange thing happens: regret has room to breathe. The modern world is noisy. People hide in noise. They scroll, they flirt, they distract, they rewrite narratives. Silence removes their soundtrack. Practical silence. No subtweets. No, just checking in. No closure speech. No emotional theater. You become calm. And calm is intimidating, because calm can't be manipulated. 8. Upgrade your identity, so their return doesn't matter. Here's the truth most videos won't say. Sometimes they don't come back. Sometimes they do, and they come back with the same entitlement, just wearing a better mask. So the final power move isn't about them. It's about you. You upgrade your identity so deeply that whether they crawl back or never return, you win. This is the Stoic foundation: character. The one possession the world can't steal unless you hand it over. And yes, it's also Machiavellian in the cleanest way: you become the kind of person whose presence has weight. Not because you demand it, but because your life proves it. What does an identity upgrade look like? You stop centering your day around their attention. You build a schedule that makes you proud. You choose environments that strengthen you. You keep your standards even when you're lonely. You become consistent, not for applause, but for self-respect. When you do this, here's what happens. People who underestimated you begin to feel uneasy. Not because you attacked them, but because your growth exposes their performance. And that's when they crawl back. Not to celebrate you, to restore control. Now you finally see the difference between someone who misses you, and someone who misses access to you. Let's recap the 8 moves. 1. Detach from what you can't control. 2. Become unreadable through calm, not chaos. 3. Replace validation with self-worth. 4. Withdraw unearned energy, let reciprocity reveal truth. 5. Control your emotional spending. 6. Stop chasing and replace the pattern with purpose. 7. Use silence as a mirror, not a weapon. 8. Upgrade your identity so their return is optional. And that open loop from the beginning. The final move is the one that rewires value, because you stop negotiating your worth. You start embodying it. If this hits something real for you, don't keep it private. Press like. It tells the algorithm this message is worth showing to people who are tired of being used. Subscribe for more silent authority strategies rooted in Stoic discipline and the uncomfortable truths people avoid. And I want to ask you one question. Which of the 8 moves is the hardest for you to actually do: detachment, silence, or stopping the chase? Write it in the comments. I read them. And I'll respond to the ones that are honest.